Usually when I build a saltwater tank for a client, there are on-site visits and months of preparation leading up to the actual build day. Sometimes though, I do an ultimate tank overhaul. For this ultimate tank overhaul, I teamed up with EcoTech Marine to look for the most worthy of candidates. We poured through hundreds of YouTube entries and saw some really unique videos that included shameless plugs utilizing children.
I want to start off by saying you're such an inspiration to me as a reef junkie and a role model.
Songs about yours truly.
Got a show on YouTube, marine hobbies love to see. Stop the tank confusion, know your tank personality.
And wives that beg for me to help save their husband's tank.
And I'm entering my husband's 90-gallon tank into the tank overhaul. My husband works on this tank almost every day because certain things mess up on it and he has to mess with it every day.
After several days of sifting through the entries, one guy came out on top. Meet Daniel. Daniel is a firefighter from the Washington, D.C. area. Every day he doesn't hesitate to put his life on the line for others. But what really struck me about Daniel is how much he loves kids. See, Daniel has 2 kids of his own, and he regularly opens his arms to foster kids. This guy enjoys housing foster kids as much as I love my reef tank. Knowing how a reef tank can bring families together and spark the curiosities of children, I knew where I needed to build my next ultimate tank overhaul. It's cold. Daniel. Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, man. How are you doing?
Good, yourself?
Good. We're here to invade your house.
Hey, come on in.
Good, because it's cold. This looks like the place, Daniel.
Yes, it is.
Lots of room for a fish tank.
Yes, it is.
And you got one sitting right over here.
This is my freshwater tank, my bigger one. It's only 30 gallons.
No salt?
No, eventually I wanted to go to salt, but just time, money. Unfortunately, with the move, most of my plants died. I just moved once in the last month. We wanted a bigger house, more foster kids.
How many kids?
We have a total of 7, but 5 of them are foster. So,
wow.
Yes, we went from only 3 to 5.
And this fish tank, I imagine, is a great source of distraction.
Oh yes, they love the tank. I've caught them just sitting there watching the tank and watching the fish. They always ask questions about it. They love to help me clean it, feed them, whatever the case may be.
You got kids, so the fish have names?
No, well, only one of them, the shark.
Oh. What's the shark's name?
The shark.
The shark. So freshwater, any saltwater tanks in the house?
I do have a quarantine tank downstairs.
Quarantine, so. Good man.
Yes, I learned from your show, actually.
Hey, as long as you're learning from my mistakes, I'm okay with it.
Well, do you want to see it?
Yeah, let's go have a look. So Daniel, nice basic quarantine tank.
Yes, this is my 20-gallon quarantine tank. It's only got a few fish.
Looks like you got a clownfish, you got a Banggai cardinal and some firefish.
Yep.
How long have these fish been in quarantine?
They've been in there for about a month and a couple days.
So good 30 days, they're clean, they're ready to go to another place.
Oh yes.
I think now it's time for you to grab the family, head out, and it's time for me to get to work. And he's gone. Awesome. Daniel and family are out of the house. That means it's time to build a saltwater tank. Now, as you heard Daniel say, he has 7 kids in his family. They live a very busy lifestyle. And they move around a lot. So I gotta build a tank that suits their lifestyle. It's gonna go a little bit different direction with this ultimate tank overhaul. Family of 7, well, we spend a lot of time in the family dining room, so I'm thinking that right here is a perfect spot for the tank. Now the first thing you're probably noticing, these windows here letting in a lot of sunlight. One of the old wives' tales in the saltwater tank world is that a saltwater tank that has sunlight on it is gonna have an algae problem. This simply isn't true. If you manage the tank correctly, sunlight's not going to cause a problem. So no concerns about putting the tank right here. I think it's a fantastic location, and whenever it comes time to build a saltwater tank, well, you're going to need help. And here's my help right now. Hey John!
Mark, how are you?
Well, come on in. Dude, it's 10 degrees outside. You don't even have a coat on.
I live in Pennsylvania. We're used to it.
Oh, forget it. All right, well, thanks for showing up. Thanks for helping me out.
Sure, sure. What do we got in mind today?
Step in the dining room and I'll show you.
All right.
So John, this is the family dining room. I'm thinking that this is a perfect place for the tank because they're going to be spending a lot of time in here, eating as a family, spending time together. They can look over and they can see the tank, which I think will work perfect right here. We got enough room that we can do some damage, but I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to do anything too big because they do move a lot. They have 7 kids. They got a hectic lifestyle. I don't want them to have to tear this big tank apart with a sump and all that if they have to move. At the same time, I want them to be able to keep some corals, and we're going to put a radion over it. So the tank's got to have some room to expand, so to speak, at the same time be portable.
Right. I got something in mind. Why don't we go out to the truck?
What John had in mind was a 38-gallon Nuvo tank from Innovative Marine. This tank is an all-in-one tank, so it's very portable, as shown here. With 38 gallons of water volume, Daniel will have enough space to keep a variety of fish and, of course, coral. Looks good, John. Time to rinse some sand.
Let's do it.
There's a hose outside.
It's 10 degrees outside, Mark.
You said you were from Pennsylvania. You're used to this kind of weather. Shoot you for it?
Let's do it.
Best of 3. Yes! It's on you. Have fun, buddy. Turns out John went down on rinsing the sand and chose to set up the radion instead. Wow, there's a tough job. I'll be using an EcoTech radion for the lighting on the tank, and it's going to hang off the ceiling, which is really high. With the light hung, I put John to work setting up the other gear while I did his dirty work. Apparently there's not much water pressure here. This could take a while. 30 minutes later, my 1 bucket of sand is clean. It goes into the tank, it gets leveled out, and then it's on to aquascaping. The EcoTech guys are always in the way. I'm ready to put in rock, and John's hooking up the battery backup. Dude, move.
I'm hurrying.
How do you want to aquascape this thing?
I'm thinking a nice wall of rock, you know, lots of...
Wall of rock?
Yeah.
You know that's like 1990s.
Well, I like the 90s.
This is the 2010s, man. We got arches with minimalistic look.
Okay. Well, I say rock pile.
Rock, where are they going to put any LPS?
On top of it.
You're going to fry it with the lights.
No way. That's what Reeflink's for.
So, rock pile. What about 2 rock piles with arches between them?
I'd say 1 arch.
1 arch. That's good because we don't have a lot of time.
All right.
You brought the coral glue, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And we're off to the races. What do you think? We got 2 towers of rock and an arch.
I like it.
This isn't like aquascape contest for freshwater. I think we should get rid of that shelf.
All right.
Okay, start over. Take it out. Here we go again. No, that's not, no, over here. No, take that out. Add this one, this one, this one. Okay, yep, no, no. The right looks good, the left looks horrible.
Yeah, I think it needs a little work.
I don't like the flat top look.
Nah.
That was out in the 80s. It was before your time.
Just a little bit.
When it comes to aquascaping, small tweaks can make a big difference. John just moved the flat top rock over and things are instantly looking better. There we go. Now we got some depth back here. We can have the Zoe garden going up like this. LPS right here. Nice meat coral. Grow out. Not my personal best, and when you're in a time crunch, you just have to let go sometimes. Despite the time crunch, I'm definitely going to glue down some of the rocks to help prevent rock falls. Next step, fill the tank. In goes the Avast Marine Works auto top-off system, while John puts on the pumps for in-tank circulation. Once the pumps are in, John syncs them up. I do a little bit of cord wrangling, down goes the radion, white down the tank, and we're done just in time. You ready?
I'm ready.
There you have it.
Wow, look at that.
But Daddy's really been wanting.
We got the fish in there already. So the coral we held off on for the moment because of the weather. So it will be coming because of the extreme cold and it was supposed to snow. I didn't want to risk it because we got a Radion Generation 3 over the tank.
Wow.
So this model has both the UV and the violet channels, so you get more color pop. You got 2 MP10s on it, so as you can see, you create the standing wave, and they work in concert with each other. So one's ramping up, the other one's ramping down. So there's more to see. We went ahead and put a reef link on the tank, so you can wirelessly control the Radion. And to make your life simple, I put an auto top off on there from Avast Marine.
Oh, wow.
It runs super silent and keep the tank topped off so you're virtually maintenance free. Feed the fish, keep an eye on things. The tank's gonna run itself day-to-day operations. John from EcoTech's here as well. He helped me set up the tank.
Well, thank you.
He wanted to talk to you about a couple things.
We got you hooked up here with the Radion Gen 3, which is our newest generation LED light. We also got 2 MP10 WES EcoTech pumps. If you look down on the stand here, you'll see we have the 2 controllers, so they're set up in a master-slave relationship. So the 2 pumps will talk with each other. They'll also communicate with the light to simulate some different things. If you look down here, you'll see we have the reef link, so you can control the lights, and soon the Vortec as well. We at EcoTech really appreciate what you're doing for the community with the kids, and on behalf of EcoTech and everybody in the reefing community, we're happy to help you with this tank setup.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, one more thing. We also brought you a fragging kit. We know you're going to get this thing loaded up with some corals. So we got you a nice kit here with some coral glue, got some bone cutters, scissors, frag plugs, all kinds of good stuff that you can use once your corals get growing. And we know they're going to thrive in this tank, so we figured to put this to good use. So that's for you. And I appreciate everything you do.
Hey Daniel,
how's it going?
Good, man. It's not snowpocalypse out there anymore.
Short sleeve shirts.
Yeah, that's the way I like it. That means I can bring some corals, but I gotta see the fish tank before I can do that.
All right, let's go see it.
Cool. Daniel, the tank looks great. Looks like you've added some new inhabitants.
Yes, I've just added a couple more fish, added some coral to it. Parameters are great. Tank's doing great. A lot of good growth.
Wait. Is that a 6-line wrasse that I see?
Yes, it is. I know.
What were you thinking?
Well, I decided it was, hit or miss with the 6-line. So I decided to add it, and in quarantine, he was a model citizen to everybody else, and when I added him here, he continued to be.
Daniel, you've had a couple months to get used to the tank, fiddle with the pumps, fiddle with the LEDs. Have you found any settings that you like on the radions?
Oh yes, I really like the royal blue. Really has the corals pop. The functionality of the LEDs you can change. Really like it.
How's the family enjoying the tank, Daniel?
Oh, they love the tank. They do their homework here now. It used to be kind of in the kitchen, now it's here. They love being by the tank. Now that it's spawned a lot of questions that I don't think they would have asked without the tank. It's created a lot of peace for my family, and I really do enjoy it as well.
Daniel's tank is off to a great start, and I wanted to leave him with some select corals for him and his family to enjoy. On behalf of myself and EcoTech Marine, thank you, Daniel, for your contributions to your community and to the lives of your foster kids.